Where's that music coming from? Yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Road to Close. This is our first episode of the podcast. I'm really excited to get this rebooted. Obviously, a lot of you know me from podcasts in the past, where I did other, shows, but I'm rebooting it, and I decided to have Kaitlin Pangrazzi from At Properties as our first guest.
Ooh,
so everybody
hi.
Give her a little round of applause. We are coming to you live out of our Sprinter van here in Birmingham, Michigan. And we're going to be doing this weekly. We're going to have different guests on the show every week to bring you the most important information when it comes to real estate as you could possibly think of. So, Kaitlin, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for doing the show.
Oh my gosh, this van is so beautiful.
You think so?
Oh my God.
It's pretty cool. We're going to go all over with it and see who we can, get in here.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah. So
thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So today I want to talk about the market. I want to talk about, what you're seeing out there, Kaitlin, as far as, is it a buyer's market? Is it a seller's market? Are people getting asked? Are there multiple offers? How are you winning your bids right now? We'll get into that. I want to talk a little bit about the rate environment and kind of what's going on with Powell. And then we're going to talk a little bit about you actually being a seller for once. You're actually selling your house.
Yeah. It's been a journey to get there, but we're almost there.
Yeah. So we'll talk a little bit about that. So why don't we start with this? Kaitlin, tell me a little bit about just you in general, because it's a new podcast. Maybe people might not know a lot about you. Tell them a little bit about your background.
Yeah. So I've been in the business for almost 10 years. So I'm coming up on a decade. And I run a small basically women's only group called the KP Collective out of At Properties in Birmingham. We have 4 of us agents and an operations manager, and we kind of service all of Metro Detroit. I love working with sellers. I love working with buyers. I'm a second generation realtor. My mom has been in the business for 40 years.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've been going to open houses since I was a baby. And my brother actually has been in the mortgage business for a long time. I actually worked in the mortgage business for a little bit, so I have a little bit of experience in mortgages. So it's in the family. And now I'm doing my own thing out in Birmingham, and I'm loving working at Properties. And I still love this business 10 years later.
10 years.
Yeah.
You've been doing it. That's awesome. That's awesome. And over the last 10 years, you've obviously built a really good business for yourself. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
That's awesome. How many, I think you've got like 40 transactions for the year.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
I think somewhere around that.
Yeah, that's a good number.
It's still been kind of one of those years where you're like, what is going on? Like at every moment of the year. But
you think so?
Yeah, for sure. It's just been here, there, and everywhere, just like everything going on in the world right now. But it's still, kind of a fruitful market for everybody. Like, as you were saying, like, whose market is it right now? And it's kind of on the teeter-totter. As we get into this part of the year, I always tell my clients, like, this is a great time to buy and get yourself a house. And then come the beginning of the year when there's nothing on the market, get your house on the market, get top dollar. That's kind of been my message to them over the last few years. But this market actually has been a little bit different because it actually started a little bit later in the year. And now it's kind of one of those markets that we're like, whose market is it? There's some markets that I think are buyers markets. There's some markets that I think are sellers markets. It's really niche-y in Metro Detroit.
Yeah.
And it really depends on, where you have it priced and who you're working with and what the condition of the home is. And then that kind of determines whose market it is at that point. So
you're saying that like a better appointed home kind of will go faster, obviously.
It still will move as opposed to some that are like maybe in the middle where like they have some updates, but there's still a lot to do. And they're maybe a little high for the market right now. And they haven't adjusted yet for having a little more inventory. Those ones are probably going to sit maybe another 7 to 10 days. I actually ran a search the other day for houses on the market 7+ days with kind of a few parameters around them, like more than 1,500 square feet and kind of up the Woodward corridor. And there's still only 20 houses that have been in like basically 5 cities on the market for more than 7 days. So the houses are still moving.
Wow.
Yeah.
And just so everybody knows that's listening, here in Michigan, we have, we have the Woodward corridor, where you've got Royal Oak, you've got Birmingham, you've got Ferndale, you've got a lot of cities up and down the Woodward corridor, all the way up to Bloomfield. That that's an affluent area, and a lot of houses do tend to move very quickly in that area.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
is that what you're seeing? Are you seeing that same kind of movement in the neighborhoods, or is it just the Woodward corridor that you're seeing it?
I don't work heavily in other parts of the Metro Detroit area. I do a bit, but I'll work everywhere, but this is where I primarily focus just because it does move fast. And I think it's like a really good market for the kind of people that I want to work with. But I think other markets are still moving. It just depends. Like the Northville market, I have clients that look over there, and those houses still go in a couple days. Especially as you get into those markets that people really prefer their school districts and things like that. Those markets still move really well. But kind of the one-offs, I feel like, areas that maybe aren't as sought after for schools or things like that, they're kind of tapering off a little bit. And we're seeing a lot of price reductions.
We are.
Yeah, like almost last week I saw that there was almost as many houses that were listed new that there were equally price reductions in a home.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's something that we haven't seen for years.
What do you think that speaks to?
I think rates still haven't come down enough to make the market move enough. And I think that, this is the part of the year where everybody's talking to their neighbors, or they're seeing on Zillow what their neighbor's house sold for. And they're like, oh, I want to do that. And they're all kind of getting the message at the same time. And then they're getting on the market, and then we're seeing more inventory, which is not allowing for the buyer supply and demand to really catch up. So we're not seeing as competitive of offers, or there's a little bit more leverage for buyers to negotiate some things that they weren't able to do 2 or 3 months ago.
Right.
So it's really just interesting because a lot of people are avoiding talking about it because a lot of people don't really know where we're going and how it's going to get there. And if rates come down, what's that going to look like? So there's just a lot of moving parts this year that I think are a little anomaly to the years past.
The rate game right now is interesting because it's like, everybody out there that's listening. I mean, if you have a lot of people right now have like a 3 or 4% interest rate, right? That's prohibitive, in my opinion, from moving out of that house where you're going to have a rate in the 6s.
Right.
So you're going to buy, you could buy the same size house and have double the payment.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going through that myself right now.
Yeah. So
and it's been a battle for me. And now I've felt it from my clients that we're just so held hostage to these rates that we got. And it's like, we're like, how do we make this house work? How do we add on? How do we do this? And it's like all over this rate. My struggle with my house is the rate. It's not that I don't think I can find another house that I'll like, but I'm going to be paying more for less house when I move.
Right.
And that is a mental struggle that I'm having. But the house itself doesn't really make much sense for me.
It's a big house. Just so everybody knows, I've been in your house. It's a big house.
Yeah, it's a big house. And it's, got all these outside features. It's got a tennis court and a pool and just things that like I'm not gonna be able to find when I move, and I'm gonna be paying more in interest.
Yeah.
So I can sympathize with everybody now these last few years that have been like, I don't want to go because I'm looking at the numbers and they don't always make sense for this move to make it happen.
It's funny. Like, I think people that are moving today's market, it's either a life choice or something that's happening that, either they're moving to downsize or upsize, or they're growing the family and they have to move, or they need an office,
or they're relocating. But really, the people that are there's a big population of humans right now that are sitting in their home, almost vapor locked in their house because of this situation. Yeah. So I think if we can even get them into the like mid 5s, high 5s, anything with a 5 in front of it, I think it's really going to move a lot of people. I mean, once it's like a psychological thing, right? Like I think people can justify 5 if it's in the front, even if it's like a 5.75, but it's not a 6 and it's not a 7, right? I think that's when people are like, wow, this is quite a difference. But I ran the numbers too. And I mean, it's not like so far off as you go, a quarter point, but it makes a difference.
It does make a difference. Every quarter point makes a difference. But to your point, mentally speaking, if someone at a 5.99 feels a lot better than someone at a 6 3/8.
Right. For sure.
And it's not a huge difference in payment, but it's that mentality that you go through. So for you, what was the what other than the size of the house? Obviously, there is an argument for you to stay in the house.
Oh, for sure. And I've been having that internal battle with myself for a very long time. And it's really emotional. I mean, I'm really attached to that house. I'm sure people get really attached to their homes. And it just becomes something where it's like, I don't even know if I have the choice anymore. It's like, I'd be like, house, talk to me. Tell me if I need to stay or go. And then the next day, the air conditioner would break. So it's like, ugh, I don't even know if I have a choice anymore. I'm going. I think it's,
That was
yeah,
it.
that was, well, both of them. I have two separate units and they both broke. And one of them was almost new.
Oh
And I
God.
was like, okay. And then I got into this like battle with a squirrel at my house for like months. It wouldn't leave me alone. It chewed the wires on my Cadillac. And then
What?
I had to have like rodent control come out to get rid of it. And this thing and I took a BB gun to it for a day and it didn't work. So
Did you not get shot?
I ended up having to hire a professional. So it was just like one thing after the next. I'm like, I think it's time. I'm not a good shot, by the way. No,
You
I
went out
tried.
and got a BB gun for the squirrel. Were
He was
like Elmer
destroying
Fudd?
my life. He was literally destroying my life and like having enjoyment in it. So we had to get a critter person out there, and that wasn't cheap. And I was just like, okay, these things are happening because I think this house is telling me it's time.
It's time.
So I'm ready for a new project. I'm ready for somebody to go and love that house just as much as I did. And we'll be talking about that on my own socials for the next few months because it's something to talk about. Like,
well,
I feel
it
like
speaks to your people. I mean,
right.
You're going through something very personal. Buying a house is a big deal, moving, all that, and you're kind of feeling the same feelings as your clients are.
Yeah.
So
you're just starting totally new chapters, and that I think can be really overwhelming. And on top of it, you're moving is stressful, as we sell this American dream that's actually really stressful. And
the American dream is stressful, dog.
It is. And it's really expensive too right now.
Yeah.
So I think overall, I think it's going to be a good thing for me, but I'm definitely feeling the pain, and it helps me empathize for all my clients even more, as they go through this process. And it's not easy, but I think at the end of it, it'll be worth it.
Yeah. So you're still seeing multiple offers on houses.
Yeah, for sure. It's not like maybe 6 or 7, but it's probably going to be, a couple. If you're priced right and you time it right for the market, I think you'll end up seeing a few offers for the house in the right market. But
you got to price it right.
The price is everything. And clients come to me today and they're like, I know what I want to buy and this is what I want to buy for. And they know they've been looking at every site. They get a value that they know they can afford. And then they see something that's like that, but it's 50 grand more. They're like, I'm not going to go see that. Like, that's not what it should be priced. Like, they're smarter. They get it. They have the resources to understand what their money should buy them.
Buyers are
so
much
they'll
more
hold
educated.
off,
Yeah.
even if it's a beautiful home that has like all the bells and whistles. Sometimes they're just going to put their feet in the sand right now and be like, I'm not paying that. That's ridiculous.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah. Because some of these houses are ridiculous.
They are, sellers right now are getting a little greedy.
For sure.
Right.
And a little late
to be greedy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a little late to be greedy. The market's shifting a little bit. And people still have, it always takes a little bit for the population to catch up to the reality of what's happening in the market. Right.
And even the news, I feel like the news delays a little bit with what's going on. I know. I never, like when I watch those like news bits about
they're like
housing,
rates have gone down, and I'm like, rates just went up today, dude.
Yeah. It's a little bit.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's a little behind the
and then it's like, oh, rates are low, and then it's like, no, dude, they just went up. And I got people calling me,
right?
Like, hey, rates are gone down. I'm like, no, they actually went up. Well, the Fed met, and da.
Like the communication. We should take that into every parallel of the news. Is that we know that it's not accurate, but they're a little late to the game, but. I think you have to do your own research. You have to get with a good agent. You have to get it with a good lender. Know your bits of every part of what's going on, and do it before you think you're going to do it.
So talk to me about what makes a good agent? What makes a good lender, right? Like, what are the characteristics? Like, because a lot of people, they sometimes think I can sell my own house, right? What lender I use doesn't matter,
right?
So what are the kind of the characteristics of like, a good real estate agent? What are the characteristics of a good loan officer?
I think they kind of go both hand in hand. Trustworthy, obviously. You're trusting them with like really one of the most important moves of your life, in both regards. And then I think communication, just being really communicative of like what this market is, so they can have the clear expectations of like what I should be looking for, what is the red flags in a house, what's this, like an agent should be walking you through the house and telling you like why you're not going to like the house. I don't think you should be going through the house and be like, this is great, this is great. It's like, here's where we're not going to like the house. And so you need to, it's like, I always tell people, like, when you go through like putting in an offer and an inspection, it's like dating somebody for like 7 years in like 4 hours. You have to find out all the bad stuff about that house and still want it at the end of it. And we're seeing a lot of hesitancy right now with that. Like, I had a beautiful listing that we just had under contract, and I think it was competitive. And so the one girl got it over the other, but I think she went a little higher than she wanted to. And so she had 7 days to kind of figure out if she really wanted to. And then she inspected it and she didn't maybe love it as much as she thought she would. And then she backed out.
Oh, wow.
And I think that we're seeing that a lot. I mean, I saw just as much as the houses were going down in price, we were seeing back on markets. Like, there was like 75 back on markets last week, over 3 days.
Can you explain what that is?
So it means that it was under contract and then it fell out of contract for whatever reason.
For whatever reason. Someone could have backed out. It could have been bad financing. It could have been
didn't get a mortgage.
Right.
Yeah. But to get back to what's a great agent, great communication, trustworthiness, respectability in the network of other agents. People want to work with them. I say popular agents, that have a lot of friends in the business, especially if you're working in specific pockets. It's good to know that somebody's well connected.
Yeah. That's important. I think people kind of dismiss that a little bit, just the network effect that you have from an agent that knows a lot of other agents. And you'd be like, well, why is that important? Well, you're working hand in hand with another agent on every transaction.
Like, when something falls out of contract, you're hoping that you're choosing an agent beforehand that's not going to allow that to happen.
Right.
And so by knowing and having relationships within the network, it helps your clients have a more successful transaction, where they're knowing that not only does my agent do the right thing, but she also is going to pick an agent that we're going to work with, hopefully, that is going to also get us to the closing table properly and successfully. So I think those are all really important things. And somebody who just like really can understand where you're at in the buying process, selling process. Like, I've really enjoyed working with estates and people who have unfortunately lost someone or inherited a house for whatever reason. I can empathize with them. I feel like I'm adding value in that relationship quite a bit. And so I think, somebody who really enjoys the human relationship piece too, they're an advisor, but they're also going to act as like somebody who's really got your back in the whole process. Like, that's really important. So, and walking you through each step. But I really enjoy, I enjoy working with all kinds of buyers and sellers, but that has been something that I've been really interested in working with, because these people come in and they're like, not only do you have your own house to like take and manage, now you've inherited a house and all of its stuff.
Yeah.
And some people don't set themselves up properly, like when they, or something's happened unexpectedly. I can really go in and like help them through the whole thing, get the contractors in, make sure that they got it cleared out, estate sales, all that stuff. So that's been kind of a fun part of the business that I've really enjoyed recently. So,
estate sales, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Those are fun.
Oh, those are fun. I recently had a live auction at one of my listings, and it was like in the country, and it was exactly how you'd think it'd be. Like,
did they have
everybody gets a badge? Yeah, it was. I loved every second of it. I just bought something just to buy something. You get a paddle, and you raise the paddle or whatever. It was so exciting. It was so exciting. I got, like, just in case you were curious, I got like a steel bird cage. I don't have a bird. I don't need the steel bird cage, but I was like, this is fine.
How much did you pay for it?
$35.
That's awesome.
It helped my seller at the end of the day. So
that's awesome. That's awesome.
But regards to a good lender?
Yeah. Talk to me about a good lender, because obviously Clear 2 Mortgage sponsors this podcast. So let's give them a good shout out.
Shout out to Clear 2.
They do a really good job. They've got a lot of good loan officers there. But tell me what you think. Thanks, buddy. That was nice, Chris. That was nice. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about tell me what you think a good loan officer means. Like, what does that mean?
Again, communication, trustworthiness are the two main things. But somebody
how do you know who to trust? Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's easy to say.
I'd say for me, it's a gut feeling, but you can ask for references, or a lot of times people go with the people that their agent trusts, but you can Google around and find somebody with like, good reviews or, asking a friend. But I think in today's market, it's really good with the flexibility of a lender that has a lot of programs to offer you.
That's important. A lot of lenders, if you're like a retail lender or you work at a bank, you just have less options than a broker does in this market. And I think brokers right now are positioned really well, that have multiple lenders that they can take the loan to, where if something does go south, they have another option to fall back on. I think that's really important.
Flexibility in that process is like huge, and you don't have to start the process all over. You can just look at some other product that makes more sense. But there's so many great products for buyers right now.
There are.
And I feel like it's really important that lenders, you get with a lender that can like really showcase what's available.
Yeah, there's a lot of first-time home buyer programs. There's, Fannie Mae's got a program, Freddie Mac's got a program for first-time home buyers. So it is, it's interesting. The mortgage market, I think, is healthy right now. I don't think we're doing bad mortgages like we did like back in 2008. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like, we're still like, do you feel like there's a bubble? Are we close to like a correction? How do you feel about that?
The bubble question.
The bubble.
Everybody's always wondering, is there a bubble bursting soon?
I have been, even on my old podcast, which was like 3-4 years ago that I did, we would talk about the bubble.
Yeah.
And it just hasn't popped.
I have like two really kind of opposite opinions on this.
Okay.
Yeah. One is that I think Michigan is in a unique position to really continue to propel our values up. One thing that we have working, and I'm not here to talk about anything political, but with how like some of the weather things have been coming up in some of the other states like Texas and Florida and the coasts and hurricanes,
natural disasters.
Yeah, hurricanes, like mass floodings.
Florida's crazy.
Like
California's got fires. We've got flooding all up and down the Mississippi.
Yeah,
it's the end of the world.
Guess what we have here?
We just have sunny skies.
I mean, I don't know about that, but
we have a really brutal winter.
Oh, awful. But we don't have crocodiles and we don't have hurricanes. So I'm cool here.
Yeah.
And we have the Great Lakes. So I just feel like we're in a good position that like if we do enough new construction up here, which is that's the biggest lack in the area, is that we just don't have a ton of land to build on. But I think if we continue to see this like weather happening in the other parts of the country, people are going to want to go north.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to be, we have like
safety here.
Yeah. And I think we have just a great dynamic of like a great place to raise your kids. You get all the seasons here. Yeah. Michigan's so beautiful. I mean, there's just like, you go up north and you feel like you're in a tropical like location. Like I think Michigan is, I love Detroit. I love Michigan. I've lived other places. I mean, I would never go out west now. I feel like they're going to have their own issues.
They have a lot of issues.
Yeah, they got a lot of issues. So I think we're in a good position here. However, if the economy doesn't do well for like a little bit, we might be, sitting on maybe 6 months. I don't think it's for another year that we're going to see any type of bubble.
You don't see anything happening for a while.
Not here in the local area for sure.
Got it. That's really interesting. I think that we have a really great place here in Michigan, but it is unique compared to other states. And I think other states are getting hit harder than we are as far as adjustments.
Oh yeah.
Like Florida.
Austin's market's only 20%.
Down 20%.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I mean, that was a bubble that needed to burst.
That
like,
was.
I was looking at values there when I was down there for an Airbnb or something like that. I was like, this is insane.
It was insane.
Yeah. I mean, it like a 1,200 square foot house going for like $1.5 million.
Really?
Yeah, like it doesn't make sense. The numbers don't make sense. So it needed a little bit of correction. Florida, you can't get insurance in some of the areas now.
No, so and if you do, it's like
buy at your own risk.
$15,000 a year in insurance or $20,000, just depending on the house. It's the insurance cost is gotten really crazy in Florida.
Yeah,
that was weird. We do this podcast in a van, and there's people walking around, and this lady just littered, and it bothered me.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Wish her well.
I'm going to go pick up that bottle that she threw on the floor now. Kaitlin, I want to thank you so much for doing the show.
Oh, you're so welcome.
It's awesome. I'm going to ask you 3 random questions.
Oh, I love random questions.
They're random. I'm deciding to do this right now.
Okay.
First question is, if you're stranded on a desert island, what are the 3 items you would bring with you?
My kids and my phone.
Can't bring people.
Oh, okay.
You're
So,
deserted.
okay. An endless amount of pineapple.
Okay.
Do I get food on this island?
If you want to bring food,
Okay.
you can bring food.
My iPhone and I don't know, like a journal.
Some people might have said a knife.
Oh, why would I want a knife? To hurt people? That
To
doesn't
make
sound-
food with.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. A knife. Why are you answering my questions for
I'm
me?
just saying, your answers are weird.
Maybe I'll make a knife out of like a tree on my own.
How would you make a knife?
I don't
out of a
know.
tree?
I don't know. I always tell people I'd be the worst person to be on a deserted island with. Like I'm resourceful, but like not in that way.
I think you would be fine. I
We'll
think you'd
see.
figure it out.
We'll see.
Yeah. All right. Next question. If you could travel back in time to any era, what era would it be and why?
Era, as in like eras I haven't lived in.
To travel back in time, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Probably
I mean, you could say the 80s if you
the
want.
20s.
The roaring 20s.
Yeah.
Would you be a flapper?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd have a gangster husband, and we'd have a prohibition like underground system going.
You'd have your own speakeasy.
Yeah, I probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see you doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. You're not a law-abiding citizen here.
Well, I wasn't like you get to dream.
Yeah, these are dreams. These are dreams.
This is me in a past life. Maybe.
And then if you could switch places with one famous person in life, who would it be for a week? You get a week in their shoes.
Wow.
One whole week in their shoes.
Mark Wahlberg's wife. Just kidding. I wouldn't switch.
Man.
Well, I wouldn't switch with Mark Wahlberg because I'd want to hang out with him. Okay, so probably. Oh God, Jessica Chastain.
Who's that?
She's like the most beautiful actress. I'm obsessed with her.
What is she in?
She's in Molly's Game. You know the movie about the underground. Like she had like an underground card game.
Oh yeah.
And she was in The Zookeeper's Wife, if you know that movie.
Nope.
She's got long red hair. She's just stunning. I love her, and I think every role she plays is amazing. So that would probably be her.
All right.
I know that was super random, but
yeah, pretty random.
I have to put a picture of her.
Will you tell the audience how they can get a hold of you?
You can find me on Instagram at Make Moves with KP. That'll take you to all the things that you need to contact me, or you can find me on my Ad Properties website. Kaitlin Pangrazzi with Ad Properties, Christies International. Yeah,
Kaitlin, you are one of the best real estate agents that I know. I appreciate you doing the show.
You're so welcome. This has been such a treat.
Yeah, it's our first one. So everybody out there, so tune in next week. We'll have another great guest. Really appreciate everybody listening in. We'll do a better job of letting everybody know when the show starts next week. This is our first one, so please, excuse our dust, I guess you would say, right?
You were great.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I do my best.
Absolutely.
All right. Chris, you can end the show. Thank you, everyone. We will talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Peace out.